Hello my dear students, how are you today? Today we'll start with the second lesson in this term and they talk about matter construction. Unit 1, Lesson 2, Part 2. Let's continue. Previously, we learned that the matter in any state, solid, liquid or gaseous, is composed of a small building unit. This small building unit called the molecules. And the molecules, it's the smallest building unit. Again, the molecules is the smallest building unit of matter that can exist freely. Again, molecules is the smallest building unit of the matter that can exist freely. What are the properties of molecules? Previously, we learned that there are some properties of the matter. Also, the molecules have properties. The molecules, as we said in the first part, it has the properties of the matter. The molecules have the properties of the matter. So let's remember what are these properties. First, molecules are in a state of continuous motion in all directions. Second, there are intermolecular space between the molecules of the matter. And the third one here, that there are attraction forces between the molecules of the matter. Let's compare between the solid state and liquid and the gaseous state according to the motion, the intermolecular space, and the intermolecular force, the volume, and the shape. Let's remember this comparison. Previously, we learned what is meant by melting, and we knew that the melting is a change from solid to liquid by heating. Also, the vaporization. Vaporization means a change from the liquid state to gaseous state by heating. The matter and the molecules. We should take some important notes. First, that the molecules is composed of tiny particles called atoms. The atoms is the basic building unit of matter which cannot exist freely. Again, the atom is the basic building unit of the molecule which cannot exist freely. It's the opposite of molecule. The molecule can exist freely and has the properties of the matter, while the atom here cannot exist freely. So let's remember, the molecules is the basic building unit of matter which can exist freely and has the properties of the matter, while the atoms is the basic or the fundamental building unit which cannot exist freely. Okay, we have some examples for the molecules, like the water molecules. The water molecules is composed of one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atom, while the oxygen molecule is consists of two oxygen atom. So we have the molecule and we have the atoms. We have the oxygen atom and the hydrogen atom. And as we said, the water consists of one oxygen combined with two hydrogen atoms. Let's continue. What are the kinds or the types of molecules? We have two types. First is the element molecule, second is the compound molecule. And we will learn what's different between each one of them. Starting with the element molecule. Element molecule is the substance composed of similar kind of atoms, and it's the simplest form of matter that don't breaks down into simpler substance. Again, it's the substance composed of similar kind of atoms, and it's the simplest form of matter that don't break down into simpler substance. Like the oxygen molecule. Oxygen molecule is composed of two similar atoms or two atoms from the same kind, as we see in this example here. While the compound molecule, it consists of two different atoms, two or more different atoms. So from this we conclude that the compound molecule is the substance composed of different kinds of atoms and the chemical combination of two or more elements with a fixed ratio. So the compound molecules consist of two or more different atoms, and it combined together with a fixed ratio. We should take also some important notes here. First, elements may be solid, liquid, or gas. Also, elements may be monoatomic, diatomic, and triatomic. What is meant by the monoatomic? Monoatomic means it composed of one atom, like the iron. Diatomic means it composed of two atoms, like the oxygen, while the triatomic is composed of three atoms, like the ozone. Ozone here is consists of or composed of three oxygen atoms. The types of elements. We have three states of matter, as we remember: solid state, liquid state, and the gaseous state. The types of element, as we said before, may be monoatomic or diatomic. The solids, it consists of monoatomic. Again, what's meant by monoatomic? Monoatomic means it consists of one atom. Again, monoatomic means it consists of what? One atom. For example, here the carbon, the silver, the sodium, the iron, the calcium. All of these are monoatomic solid substance. The liquids may be monoatomic or diatomic. Monoatomic consists of one atom, like the mercury. Mercury is the only monoatomic element, while the diatomic element is the bromine. The bromine is the only diatomic element. What is meant by diatomic? Let's remember, means it consists of two atoms. It consists of what? Two atoms. The gaseous state also may be monoatomic or diatomic. Monoatomic, one atom; diatomic, two atoms. The monoatomic molecules, like in the inactive gas or the inert gas. The inactive gas or the inert gas is consist of one atom, like the helium and the neon. While the diatomic, like the active gases, like the oxygen and hydrogen. Also, we have some of the notes here. We should put it in our consideration. The compound also may be solid, liquid, or gas. The compound is made up of different elements and atoms. What is meant by compound? Compound means the substance which is formed from the combination of two atoms of two or more different elements with a constant weight ratio. Substance which is formed from the combination of atoms of two or more different elements with a constant weight ratio. Also, we will hear the chemical formula. What is meant by the chemical formula? Chemical formula is a set of chemical symbols represent the number and the kind of elements inside the compound. Like this example here, Na2SO4. This is the chemical formula for this compound. To know the number of elements and the atom inside the compound, we should put in our consideration the capital letters and the elements inside the chemical formula, or in the chemical formula. The capital letters equal the number of elements, while the lower numbers equal the number of atoms. Let's see this example here. Let's count the capital letter. The N is the first, the S is the second, the O is the third. So we have 3 elements. What about the number of atoms? Let's count the numbers beside each element. The first one has 2, so we'll put 2 atoms here, while the second one, or this, there is no number beside this. So if there is no number, we will put 1. So we have 1 atom of sulfur. While the oxygen here, as we see it beside it, number 4, so we have 4 oxygen atoms. So the total number of atoms here, 2 plus 1 plus 4 equals 7. So we have 3 elements, 7 atoms. Let's go to the second example. Al2SO4O3. So let's count the capital letter and count the number beside each element. The Al, we have the A here is the capital, second the S, and the third one here is the O. So also here we have 3 elements. We have here what? 3 elements. Let's see the number of atoms. Beside the Al or the aluminum we have 2, so Al equal 2. The S, there is no number beside the S, so if there is no number we will put 1. But we have here the sulfur found beside or inside the brackets, so and outside the bracket there is number 3, so we should multiply 3 by 1. So the sulfur atoms here, 1 multiply 3 equal 3 sulfur atoms. The same as we do here we will do with the oxygen. The oxygen has 4, so we have 4 oxygen atoms, but also here we will multiply this number by 3 because the oxygen is inside the bracket while the 3 is outside the bracket, so 4 multiply 3 equal 12. So let's count the number of atoms in this compound. Aluminum has 2 atoms while the sulfur has 3 atoms while the oxygen has 12 atoms, so the total number here is 17. So in this compound we have 3 elements and 17 atoms. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and if you need anything you can reach us by logging into any of the social media accounts by scanning the QR code that you find in the end of this video, or you can contact to me directly to my WhatsApp by scanning the QR code and contact with me directly. And don't forget to share this video with your friends if you like it, and subscribe the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time and goodbye.